set up right here. There we go. So just the two of you guys in here right now? Phantom and Harrisani Tater, good to see you guys. We got a lot more people coming in. Hey everybody, the History Boys, Samuel 1944, A Shooting, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name very well. Got a lot of y'all pouring in. How's everybody doing? It's going good. Can you guys hear me all right? I've never streamed right from the phone before, so this is new. Going good. Good deal. All right, guys, so next weekend is the Lauer Farms 1944 event up in Lima, Ohio. I went last year for the first time with my wife, and we had a great time. And this year we're actually going to attend again, and I think my brother's going with us, so that's going to be awesome. But that's coming up fast. That's next weekend, and I've got just a few things to do, kind of prepping my gear, and I got a new helmet net I'm going to be putting on my helmet. Just a bunch of random little things, so if you guys want to ask questions and just kind of hang out while I'm doing that, that'll be awesome. You were at the D-Day reenactment this year. Good deal. Did you like it? Was that your first time out? Let's see here. Your dad called me Shadows of the Past. Did he just confuse my name, or is that just like a nickname he gave me? That's funny. Let's get this net off. He got confused? That's funny. I've never heard that one before. Shadows of the Past. Very interesting. You met me at D-Day Conneaut? Good deal, brother. I met a lot of you guys at Conneaut. That was awesome. I always love running into you guys at different events. That's one of my highlights, honestly. This past weekend at Remembering World War II, I met a lot of you guys. It blew me away just how many of you guys were there. I had a lot of fun hanging out with every one of you who came up to me and said hi. How come you're changing the netting? So this right here is it's a 1/4-inch net, and they use these throughout pretty much the whole war, but I've actually got a shrimp net, and since this is a late war event, a lot of guys were using shrimp nets, and they're honestly just really cool. And I just picked this up recently and want to throw it on my helmet and use it at this next event. So that's why I'm swapping. I've heard they can be a little bit tricky to get on, but we're going to give it our best shot. I've heard that using like helmet bands and stuff is a great way to put them on easily, but I don't have one, so I'm going to be trying some rubber bands. Maybe they'll assist. Let's catch up on this chat here. You were on the German side and it was your 5th time there. Are you talking about this past weekend? You were looking for me, but you couldn't find me. Oh, I'm sorry. That's too bad. I was all over the place. Do you have guns from World War II? I do. I've got a Mark, let's see. It's a #1 Mark III Lee Enfield SMLE from 1916. But those were used up through World War II as well by different groups. So I've got one of those. I've got a 1943 Mosin Nagant, and I've got my M1 Grand. Let's see. You're so mad right now because you want to go to the Lower Farms. Oh man. Wait, so oh man, the reenactment's only 30 minutes from you, but you're not gonna be able to make it? That's unfortunate. Also, guys, if the bot in the chat starts harassing you, just ignore it. I forgot that was in there, and I know it has a few weird quirks. So if it's like restricting your messages and stuff, I'm very sorry. I don't know how to fix that. My tech guy is not in here right now, so I apologize ahead of time if you're having trouble with the bot. You missed the start. What impression are you doing? I'm doing 83rd Infantry. Let's see. Do you know where to get helmet nets like the one you have? There's a few different websites that have them, but they're all out of stock right now. I just put out a message on a Facebook group saying that I was looking for one, and I had quite a few people respond offering to sell me their shrimp nets. And I just went with the guy who had the best price, and I got one. So yeah, if there's different websites that you buy your stuff from typically, but they're out of stock of something, it's really very helpful to just go on different reenacting sales pages and stuff on Facebook and put out a message saying that you're looking for something like, you know, a shrimp net or a replica grenade or a cartridge belt or something. And you'll almost always find somebody selling you exactly what you're looking for. Sorry, I keep reaching over here. My phone's on a tripod. I'm trying to keep up with y'all's texts. Here's the person in the picture who is wearing a 36th Division patch. You portray 36. You're curious as to who that is. That's a buddy of mine. His name is Noah. He does a lot of different impressions, but yeah, he was doing 36th Infantry at Lauer last year. All right, let's focus. Let's try to put this net on. I think I am gonna have to cut some holes. I'm gonna have to stretch it. I think if we start here. Okay, I think this position will work. I think it'll work. Have you been to a World War II reenactment in Michigan? I don't believe I have. I know I've been to Michigan for different things, but I don't think I've ever been to a reenactment there. You saw me at D-Day, Ohio this year? Heck yeah, buddy. Good deal. You grouped as 83rd as well? Nice, very nice. 83rd is a very interesting unit to portray. Let's see, I think I'm gonna have to rotate this. Division, I mean. Yes, and World War Wisdom is in the same group. Yep, that's right. The group that I'm gonna be with at Lauer, World War Wisdom, is in that group, so that's fun. Let me grab a knife. Where's my knife? Aha. All right. You do Civil War reenacting and your group works with cannons. That sounds like a lot of fun. I know some people who have done artillery at reenactments, and it sounds like a blast, no pun intended. If I ever did Civil War reenacting, I'd definitely want to try to get on a cannon crew. That would be a lot of fun. So this net, here's what I'm struggling with. This net, it's kind of small. I will be able to stretch it to actually fit eventually, but I just want to make sure that before I cut the holes for the straps, that I have it oriented just right. Otherwise, it won't fit. So this might take a second. I like your hat. Where did you get it from? So this is actually my hat. my Echoes of the Past hat. You can buy these on my website. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see there's a spot on there that has my shirts and my hats and stuff linked. So if you just click on one of those links, it'll take you to my website and you can order one of my hats. Were you and World War Wisdom together at D-Day? Because I know you do 29th and he does First ID. Yeah, so this year I actually did First ID with World War Wisdom at D-Day, Ohio. We didn't land on the beach together, we got put in different boats, but yes, we were in the same unit for part of the event. I was doing mostly 82nd, so I wasn't really with them very much, but yeah, we were technically in the same unit for D-Day this year. Okay. That might work. I think that'll work better. All right, I think I'm gonna just wing it, guys. I'm starting to overthink this. Sorry if I'm missing some comments, guys. Promise I'm not just ignoring you. You love meeting me at Linden? Good deal, man. I'm glad to meet all of you guys. You like the mustache and the flannel? Thank you, I appreciate it. I love wearing flannels. Do any of you guys watch the YouTuber Mr. Ballin? Because I keep having people tell me that when I do this, that I look like Mr. Ballin. What do you think? If any of you guys watch his videos, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You will be attending your first event, Battle for the Airfield, on October 11th and 12th. Awesome, man. Where's that one out of? All right, I saw your comment, buddy, about Mr. Ballin, but the Nightbot deleted it. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's doing that. That's ridiculous. It should not have deleted your message, but I saw your message. I like Mr. Ballin too. The Nightbot timed out somebody. Guys, I really do apologize for this Nightbot crap. I'm sorry. You look like Drewski. Operator Drewski? He's got a mustache too, doesn't he? All right, let's make a cut. Let's do this. This feels so wrong. I don't like doing this, but I'm doing it. Is that big enough? Do you reenact anything besides World War II? What other periods? I've done one Civil War reenactment, and that was a long time ago. Someday I definitely want to branch out into doing other time periods. This might sound silly, but I would love to do Revolutionary War. I think that would be a lot of fun. Of course, I'll probably hop on the Vietnam bandwagon here pretty soon. Yeah, but no, for now I really just do World War II. It keeps me busy enough. Let's pull this tight. Guys, I really hope I'm doing this right the first time. If I mess this up, I'm gonna be sad. That's what you started as? You started as doing Revolutionary War? Hey Echoes, will you / when are you going to post your full Linden World War II video? I was hoping to get it done this week, but funny story, I allowed my buddies to use my, what is it? My lav mics, you know, the little mics that I put right here. I allowed my buddies to use my lav mics for the event because they were interviewing World War II vets and they needed some microphones. So I brought them up to the ESO building up there where they were interviewing the vets, and they ended up not needing them, but they just kind of, they let me know where they set the mics. They didn't do anything wrong. They just put them in a table in the back, and I said, all right, I'll just go get them later. But when I went back to get them, apparently they got mixed up with my other buddy's camera equipment and all of his sound equipment. So they're currently an hour away from me at my buddy's house. So we're just trying to figure out a good time to get together and get those mics back to me. But I'm kind of waiting on that before I finish the video. But I've already started on it. It should be out next week. But if you are a YouTube channel member, then you can see all of the footage from the event a lot sooner. Okay, I'm making a mess of this. And to those of you guys who are channel members, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it more than you know. I've mentioned it a few times, but this YouTube channel is my full-time job. And when you guys, take a small part and just become a YouTube channel member, it helps me out a lot. Way more than you know. So thank you guys. All right. So far, so good. Let's put this on right here. Catch up on some comments. You should do a Vietnam impression. Definitely. That'll happen soon. Will you do a German impression? Maybe take a break from World War II US? Possibly. Reenacting German definitely intrigues me, but I don't know. It's probably something that I won't do for a while because I have a lot of other impressions that I want to do. I want to do Marines. All of my friends are doing Marine reenacting and Pacific War reenacting, and I would love to do that. Some of those World War II events look like an insane amount of fun. So that's probably the next money pit that I'm going to be diving into, is doing Marines. So Vietnam and German and Revolutionary War, that stuff is all going to have to wait. If I had more time and money, I'd be doing everything. One error is expensive enough. Yes, it is. Let's see. Hi, I'm doing reenacting, sorry for spelling, in Czech Republic. I saw your videos are best about these things, so thank you. So thank you and stop doing it. I think you meant and don't stop doing it. I appreciate the comment. That's very kind of you. Do you play Enlisted? I've played Enlisted like once. I wasn't that impressed. I know a lot of people like it, but I kind of just prefer to stick with Hell Let Loose. I know I'm doing this wrong. I watched Jay Murray's video on how to put shrimp nets on, and it took him about 20 minutes to do it. He was making sure that it was all just perfect, that there weren't any wrinkles, and that it looked really nice. I may not worry about it as much as he did, but I know I'm already not doing this as well as I could be. Let's see. Echoes about the reenactment. It's the American Heritage Museum in Hudson, Maine. Very cool. That sounds like a very cool event. How can I join at 82nd group? I've been looking for a while. I have the full uniform, and also I reenact German. So Facebook is a great place to go to find reenacting groups. Also just showing up at World War II reenactments and talking with the reenactors. Let's say you want to do 82nd, right? And you go to a World War II reenactment and there's an 82nd group there, or there's multiple 82nd groups there. Just go up and talk to them and see what it would take for you to get into the unit. And building connections that way in person is one of the best ways to get connected with a unit. But if you don't have that opportunity, hopping on Facebook and just looking for reenacting communities, like, you know, Facebook pages and stuff. That's another really good way to get connected with people. My 82nd unit, we are currently accepting some members. We do have age limits and a different, like a list of, you know, criteria that you need to meet in order to join, but you can apply through their website. I don't have the link right now, but I'd send it if I could. Whoa, Johnny Mustard, not much, but here's something to help the cause. I appreciate that so much. You have no idea. Little bits and pieces like that really go a long way. I appreciate that more than you know. Thank you very much. The history nerd said hi. Hello, history nerd. Do you know where I could buy an Ike jacket? eBay. eBay has a lot of Ike jackets. Also Facebook Marketplace and Facebook groups. What in the world am I doing here? Okay, so this is writing up. I need to bring this down. Let's see. I promise I'll get this, guys. I'm almost done here. Basically, I'm just kind of trying to work this down and stretch it out. And it is working, it's just kind of slow progress. And this rubber band is a little bit too big, so it's not really serving its purpose as well as it could be. Is there any good first ID groups I can join? Yeah, I mean, I know of at least one. They go out to D-Day, Ohio, and a few other reenactments. Again, what I said a minute ago applies. Look around on Facebook, next World War II reenactment you're at, walk around and see what different divisions are being portrayed there, and if there's one there that you're interested in reenacting as, then talk to the reenactors. That's really the best way to get connected. Okay, so let's see here. I think I might be about ready to put the liner back in. Man, I wish this net was just a little bit bigger. I'm almost there. Just need a little bit more here in the front. Okay. I'm gonna try putting the liner back in. Let me check these comments real quick. Is there any good first? I read that one. Can I ask, do you have any American guns that shoot just blank ammo? No, I don't. All of my guns have the capability to fire live rounds as well. I also have this little Iver Johnson revolver. I don't know if I should be showing that on the stream or not. I don't know what YouTube would do about it, but it's an Iver Johnson revolver. This one, I think it's dated 1903. The date is almost completely worn off. But it's old. I mean, this isn't a very old pistol. And that shoots live rounds. I need to get some blanks for it. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Echoes, I love your videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. Do you have an original Bible? From World War II, I don't, but I think my wife actually has one that she found at an antique store, and it had, if I remember correctly, it had a little note in it written by a soldier who had put it in his Bible, and she has that. But I do have this reproduction Stand in the Door, 1944 New Testament. I love this thing. My dad just got me an original World War II Bible. That's awesome. Like deadass. Looks like Mr. Ballin. I know, right? I'm a big fan of his, so I take that as a compliment. Yeah, I call this my Mr. Ballin outfit. Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. If you know, you know. Okay. Let's try this. Ew. That's nasty. That's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. Look at that, guys. I can do much better than that. We're getting there, but no, it can be better. For anyone who is looking for a cheap alternative to the M43 jacket, Austrian Army jackets are very good, reasonably cheap. Yeah, it's nice to find alternatives to expensive products. Doing a tactical in Colorado next year with a German mountain division. That sounds fun. The struggle is real. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, especially when the net is just a little bit too small and you have to stretch it in order to fit perfectly. It can be a little bit tricky, but we'll get it. We're almost there. Let's take this back out. Hi, bro. Hello, Private Dalia. Private Dalia. M50s came. Didn't get to read that comment, it disappeared. Let's see. M50s can be used as M43s. The M50s, are those the ones with the zipper in them? Because I see those all over the place. I've seen one at Goodwill before. Let's see. This is my first time going to Lauer. Anything special compared to Conneaut? Let's see. Lauer Farms. I've only been there one time, so I don't have a lot of experience with the event. But honestly, my impression of it was just, it's a pretty small event, but man, it was a lot of fun. And I don't know what all they have planned for this year, but they had, last year I think it was like 2 battles a day, and the event went from Thursday to Saturday, I think. So there were a lot of battles. But no, it was a very relaxed event. It was a lot of fun. Really, really cool World War II reenactment. I mean, you can't really compare it to Conneaut. Conneaut's just a completely different type of reenactment, I guess you could say. The scales are just very different, but I love Lauer. It's a very quiet little event. I love it. The Gabby for $2. Getting into reenacting, best uniform shop. Thank you very much for the $2. I appreciate that a lot. Best shop to buy uniforms. It depends on the uniforms, but let's see. Either World War II impressions, at the front. What's the other one? I think SM Wholesale, they mostly do boots and stuff, but I think they have uniforms as well. I've just never really bought from them. What's the other one? For the light, my brain's going blank. I can't really think of the other one, but at the front is a great place to get uniforms. Also, just Marketplace and different Facebook groups are always willing to sell you stuff. Echoes, will I be seeing you at Lauer Farms next weekend? I will be there. So if you're there as well, come and find me and we'll get a picture together. Maybe we can chat for a little bit or something. But yes, if you're going to be there and I'm going to be there, then there's a great chance we'll be able to see each other. It's a pretty small event. Reenactors get the correct items. I understand it's expensive, but you can find them used for decent. Yeah, that is a good point. If you're gonna be in reenacting long term, you definitely want to look around and try to find different uniforms and gear and boots and all that good stuff. You want to find the best prices possible, but if you're gonna buy something that's Farby, for those of you who don't know what Farby means, it's just a historically inaccurate item that you're wearing. Say if I'm doing Normandy 1944, but I'm wearing some Vietnam stuff with my World War II impression, then that would be Farby. So if you're looking for an alternative for an M43 jacket and you're going with something that was made in the 50s, just because it's cheaper doesn't exactly mean that it's a better alternative, because, I mean, you know, yeah, you can, yeah, it's cheaper, but some units might look down on that and might not really want you in their group if you're not going to do the proper research and invest in historically accurate stuff. So my advice is definitely to look around for good prices and don't just go with the first thing that you see, but also try to be as historically accurate as possible, because, I mean, it's also just the teaching aspect of it. When people are asking you about your uniform, you don't want to be wearing Vietnam gear with a World War II impression and be teaching some kid about, you know, the gear that you're wearing when it's not correct, if that makes sense. But again, look around for the best prices, because reenacting is very expensive. Hey, are you going to the one in Crestview? I will not be going to the one in Crestview. I did that one years ago with my 82nd group, and no offense if you're going there, but that event is not worth your time, in my opinion. There was a lot of trash going on at that event, and I'm not going to get into it here on YouTube, but I will not be going back there. If you live in the area, you might as well go, but to anybody considering traveling for that one, don't do it. Save the money and just don't go. It's not worth the time. Army and outdoors is really good for if you live in Australia, New Zealand. Are you going to Race to the Rhine in 2026? There's two different World War II reenactments I know of called Race to the Rhine. Are you referring to the tactical Race to the Rhine in Kentucky, or are you referring to the public event in Florida? You wish 1944 had, or you wish Stand in the Door 1944 had uniforms. I do too, man. Their stuff is awesome. Katie Wild said that. Okay, maybe you're a man. I'm sorry if I just called you a man. Yeah, Stand in the Door, I love their stuff. It would be great if they started making uniforms. Guys, I think we're just about there. This might be a project for later, though, if I can't get this on properly here in the next couple of minutes. I might need to just kind of work on stretching this out, but we'll see. Yeah, this might just be a project for later. All right, let's try to catch up on some of these. Can you give me some websites for World War II boots? I need some for my reenacting collection. Yeah, At the Front does have boots. SM Wholesale has boots. And once again, Facebook pages. I'm 14, so I'm probably not looking for full on uniforms. Yeah, I mean, if you're young, you know, it's a great time to just start slowly collecting your uniform and your gear as you get older. So then that way, by the time you're old enough to participate in battles, you've already got everything that you need. And it's nice to take a couple of years to build up your impression so that you're not dropping a bunch of money on something all at once. Phantom Medic Echoes, I'm actively digging through Facebook Marketplace. Good deal. That's a good place to find stuff. Finally got an answer on that, on what Farby meant. Oh, you finally got an answer what Farby meant. Yeah. I don't remember what Farby stands for, because each letter in Farby means something. I've heard a lot of different theories on what they mean, but yeah, Farby just means historically inaccurate. Are you going to the Race to the Rhine? Read that one. After you put the liner in, get a butter knife and push the net in. Yeah, I've done that before. It just kind of tears up the net sometimes, but I might have to do that. Okay, let's try this one more time. If this doesn't work, then I'm gonna move on to something else, and I'll just work on this later on. This net really is just pretty small. I know it can be done though. I've just never put one of these on before, so it's a little tricky. I'll catch up on your comments in a second, guys. Okay, let's see here. It's quite a bit better than last time. This might do it. It's not super pretty, but it might work. By gum, it might actually work. Okay, let's catch up on a few of these comments. How do you know where any reenactments in Northwest Florida or South Alabama? If you guys know who World War II Armor are, they do a lot of reenactments in Florida, probably in your area. Look up Volusia Valor Days on Google, and you should get some information on those. There's a couple tacticals in Alabama as well. There's one called Barbarossa, Operation Barbarossa, and that's coming up. Are you from Texas? I saw the Texas unit patch on the thumbnail. I'm not from Texas, no. I live in Tennessee. Fantastic group. Guys, I think I did it. I think I did it. It's, I don't love these areas where it's bunched up, but honestly, I mean, sometimes they literally wore these nets hanging out the back to kind of just cover up their necks, and they just sort of threw these on. So, I mean, it doesn't have to look great, but I can get kind of picky. Let's see, what happens when I put the strap on the back? It cleans it up a little bit. Let's put the strap on the front and then see how it looks all together. I think this has turned out a little bit better than I thought it would, to be honest. How come no World War II reenactors besides you live in Michigan? If you're the only World War II reenactor in Michigan, then I'm very sorry. That sounds very lonely. Hopefully that's not the case. I'm sure if you did some digging, you'd find some more up there, but man, if you're the only one, I'm sorry. That sounds very sad. I'm really annoyed that reenactments aren't very popular in New Zealand, so it's really hard to find groups and events. Yeah, I'm sorry. There are some countries in different areas of the world that just don't really do a lot of historical events. So I can't imagine being in a hobby where I can't really put that hobby to use where I live. That would be pretty sad. So I'm sorry for you. V for Victory. Hey man, it's good to see you in here, buddy. Hope all is well. Thought I'd stop in. All's well over here, man. Hope things are going good on your end. For those of you who don't know, V for Victory, he's helped me out with some videos before, and he was actually wearing a helmet cam. He was wearing a helmet cam at Linden this past weekend, and the video that's going to be coming out is going to be a dual perspective between his helmet cam and my helmet cam, and he was running an MP40 with his 101st Airborne kit, which was super cool. So if you guys want to see him rocking a full auto MP40 and doing a fantastic job as a reenactor, stay tuned for that video, because that'll be out soon, and that's going to be awesome. So shout out to V for Victory. It's good to see you in here, man. Collection tour. Oh man, how much time do you have? Probably will not be doing a collection tour today, but someday that will probably happen. If you know what the net is on the helmet, you win. All right, for those of you who don't know, or for those of you just joining, what is this helmet net called? What was the name given to this particular helmet net? Oh man, that's not good. That's just a bunch of goofiness right there. Guys, I think I'm gonna have to come back to this later. I probably can just kind of tighten this all up with a butter knife, but I'll do that later. We're gonna call it quits on the helmet net for now. I think it turned out pretty good, but again, I'll finish it up later. So let's set that aside. Let's see, what do I need to work on next? I need to load a few clips. I've still got a bunch left over from Remembering World War II that are still loaded. So I don't have to load a ton of them, but we'll go ahead and load up these ones next. For those of you looking for a good company to buy blanks from, Gray Fox Munitions. Gray Fox Munitions. Go look them up online. I have never found a website that sells blanks for a better price, and these things run very, very well in my M1 Grand. I've only had several issues with them, which you get issues with any blanks no matter what you're doing. But I love these things. Great price. It's only $65 for a bag of 100. Whereas if you're going to different websites, you're going to be looking at paying around $100 for a bag of like 90 rounds, which is just crazy. I don't understand how those companies can be selling blanks for so expensive. But Gray Fox Munitions, I've actually just recently teamed up with them. So you're going to be seeing me promoting their products in some upcoming videos, which I'm very, very excited about. I've been using their blanks for a couple of events now. I was using them at Conneaut, and I used them at Remembering World War II this past weekend. I actually spoke with the people who make them. Before we even had a connection, I was just talking to them, and really nice people. I really love what they're doing over there, and I'm excited to finally find some blanks that aren't going to just completely drain my bank account. So if you guys are looking for good 30-06 blanks for a good price, go check out Gray Fox Munitions. All right, let me catch up on some of these comments. Echoes, do you have a Discord? If so, can you name it so I can join, unless it's members only? So the Discord is currently for everybody right now. I'm considering making a members only Discord server, but the Discord server that I have will always be for everybody. If you want to join it, let's see, go to my YouTube channel, go to the, I think it's the About page, and then if you scroll down, you'll see a link to my Instagram and a Discord link. Just follow that link and that'll get you in. Yeah, it's in the bio, anyone can join. Yep, that's true. You should do a vlog of you setting up the reenactment at Lauer. Yeah, I might do that. You bought a sewing kit for $10 at D-Day, Ohio. That's a good price. Kitty Wild said shrimp net. The Lego dude said shrimp net. You guys are both correct. It is a shrimp net. Is it called Bob? What are you talking about? What's called Bob? Where can I get a helmet net like that? I bought mine on Facebook. I just asked some people if they had one that I could buy, and they did. I just bought this one out of a Facebook group. Do you know who Mr. History Secrets is? I do. I've been watching his videos for years and years and years. And I got to meet him at D-Day, Ohio briefly. I don't think he knew who I was though, which I was a little disappointed, but that's fine. That's okay. I'll get over it. But I was happy to shake his hand and tell him that I appreciated his videos. He's got a great channel. What's your favorite World War II movie? See, that one I'm gonna have to think about because I have a lot of favorites, and then I start noticing more and more and more bull crap in the movies, like historical inaccuracies or just, I don't know. Movies are tricky for me because I get picky. But I mean, Saving Private Ryan is a classic. I watch that one every year, right before D-Day, Ohio. Unbroken is a good movie. I like that one. Oh dear. Are y'all ever loading end blocks when this happens? It's like the rounds just kind of get all bunched up and squishy and they do this. Super weird. Super, super weird. I'm not exactly sure what causes that, but I think it might be the clip being a little bit too bent, or the metal's a little soft or something, or the rounds were just not seated properly. But so we're putting leaves and twigs in for camouflage. If you guys were talking about the helmet net, yeah, it breaks up the reflection and the outline of the helmet so that you're not as visible when you're just walking around. Wax on the tip. Wax on the tip of what? That sound was holy. I assume you heard a clip moving around or something. Is there a reenactment you're going to? Yep, I am preparing for Lauer Farms up in Lima, Ohio, and that is next weekend. So that's what I'm getting ready for. I did it again. It did it again. Interesting. Very interesting. Where can I get a shrimp net? There's a few websites that have them. I don't know if Jay Murray still sells them, but I know that he was at some point. Go look at jmurray.com. He does a lot of helmet restorations and stuff like that. And he sold shrimp nets on there for a while. So I don't know if he'll ever be selling them again, but go check out his website and see if he's got any. Other than that, I bought mine on Facebook from a guy. Do you know anywhere to buy carbine blanks? I think Atlantic Wall sells blanks for your carbine. Carbine. Which one is it? We don't know. Hi Echoes, thank you for your awesome videos and being a channel I can trust. Thank you very much for the kind words. Feedback like that means a lot to me. Hopefully I never let you down with this channel. Is the net called Bob, is what I meant. Sure. Guys, this helmet net's name is now Bob. It is a shrimp net. It's Bob the shrimp net, all right? Everybody, thanks Rio for the awesome name for the shrimp net. Bob, it's good to meet you. Bob, meet the chat. Chat, meet Bob. This is Bob. I want to fight in a reenactment, but I'm not old enough and they only units near me. Can't remember. Don't worry, man. The good thing about life and the sad thing about life is that you grow up. You'll be old enough too before you know it. Just enjoy the years while you're still young. I wish I had enjoyed my younger years more. And when I'm an old dude, I'm going to be wishing that I had enjoyed these years more. So be content where you're at in life. And before you know it, you're going to be somewhere else. And you'll be having to be content in that area of life as well. So just enjoy life as it comes to you. And try not to hurry it along because life is short. The more you like them, the more you watch them, the more you watch them, the more you notice. That is a very, very good proverb. It's very true. Reenactors, after noticing the smallest, microscopic, tiniest sized atom of historical inaccuracy, and not even an eagle could spot if it was 5 feet close to the screen in a movie. Yep, it's true. Wax tip blanks. What about wax tip blanks? I think I missed your previous comment. I just found a steal, like 2 sets of original wools for $100. That is a very good price. Good find, Phantom. Where are you going? I'm going to be going to Lauer Farms, 1944. It's World War II reenactment up in Lima, Ohio. I went there last year. It's a great event. If you guys live in the area or you're looking to travel to an event next weekend, head on up to Lauer Farms. It's a great World War II reenactment. All right, well, I can't really get this one perfect, but honestly, I think it should feed properly once I load it. So I'm gonna move on from that. All right, now I'm going to put together my webbing. Guys, I'm falling way behind in these comments. I'm so sorry. All right, let's see here. So I've got this original OD7 cartridge belt. Love this thing. I'm gonna be putting a bayonet on here, canteen, first aid cover, a few different things. Let's catch up on some comments. Battles and Beyond says, hi, I love your vids, and if I want to be reenactor, do I have to be in a group or can I go solo? Yeah, you're really gonna need to be in a reenacting unit if you want to participate in battles at a reenactment. Most events don't just allow random people to walk onto the field. Excuse me. So getting connected with a World War II reenactment unit is really the best way to go about getting into battles. Samuel 1944 says, you and World War Wisdom are my favorite World War II reenactors that make YouTube videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Echo should be a World War II impression, have a mix of reproduction and original gear. New to collecting, but I've been a subscriber for a while. Thanks for the comment, Bennett. Mike Reams, not reading that comment. Not quite sure what you mean by that. Echoes, I'm interested in joining your group later in the future. I'm in Florida, but right now I'm soon going to be a medic in Robbie's unit. Oh, shout out to my buddy Robbie. I think we're talking about the same Robbie. That's awesome. Robbie's a good dude. Do you get PG-13 World War II movies that are so good? Interesting. Did you see what happened to Gabe Itch? I don't know who that is. Your dad let you watch R-rated movies. Well, that's his decision. I like your mustache. Thank you very much. I've been wanting to grow a mustache my whole life. Finally was able to start growing one a couple years ago. I've shaved it off a few times, and every time I do, my wife tells me to never do it again. So the mustache will be around for a while. All right, let's see here. We've got a canteen and a cover. Is this a good one? Yeah, it's all right. I've had gear tear apart on me way too many times. Last year, one of my favorite canteen covers, this whole section right here with the clip on it, just got completely ripped off. Very sad day. This one looks like it's fine though. All right, there's that. We got an OD7 first aid pouch. Right here, got this for 10 bucks a while ago. I just love OD7 stuff for doing a war. It's very cool. Everyone stop commenting so he can catch up. It's all right, guys. Keep the comments coming. We're here to just hang out. You are such a good YouTuber, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You have an M1 helmet. You can use it for Airborne 101st. If you customize it, yeah. So I don't know too much about 101st helmets, but I know for 82nd, I mean, airborne helmets are a little bit different than just normal M1 helmets. They've got straps with snaps on them and stuff like that, and it's called an M2 helmet. Basically, they're just a little bit different. But yeah, if you have a normal M1 helmet, then with the right tools and stuff, you can convert it into a M2 helmet. It's not that difficult. Mike Reams says goodbye. Goodbye, Mike Reams. Thank you for stopping in. Did he just got 50 months prison? I feel like he should get more than 50 months prison. Mr. World War II says, please shout me out. Shout out to Mr. World War II. Thanks for hopping in the chat. Have you ever watched When Trumpets Fade? I have. It's been a long time, though. That movie was a crazy movie. Your grandpa turned 100 and he was in World War II. That is awesome, man. Tell your grandpa that I said hi and that I really appreciate what he did. That's awesome. Sprocket says, hold up, you're married? Yep, I've been married for 2.5 years now. Happily married to my wife, Hannah. She's the whole reason why I'm able to go full-time on YouTube, because she's working for her dad from home. Really great job. Super chill. But we spoke, and her job already pays the bills. And YouTube doesn't make a ton of money right now, but with her job being able to help do most of the bills and my job bringing in a little bit of, or YouTube bringing in a little bit of money, we're able to work together and make this work. So shout out to my wife for making this all possible. Let's see. Who is your favorite historical figure? Desmond Doss is definitely one of my favorite historical figures. I want to name a kid Desmond someday. I think that would be awesome. Richard Winters is also just a great role model in my life for being a leader and a husband and just an overall good dude. Mr. World War II, please shout me out. Shout out again to Mr. World War II. Let's see, I think I'm way behind on these comments, guys. GI1945 says, I got your merch. Let's go. I appreciate you buying. Guess what? Chicken butt. I don't know what that means. Is it the one in your profile picture? Yes, it is. Oh, is that a chicken? Wearing a helmet and aviators? Is that what that is? I can't see, it's really small. 1944 Michigan, I do World War II reenacting. I'm the first ID based out of Detroit. Do you prefer a grease gun or a Thompson? Oh man. I mean, I haven't been able to shoot either very many times, but if I were to buy one or the other, I think I would buy a grease gun. Okay, let's see. Let's refocus here. A bayonet. Just a joke. Lots of inaccuracies in his movie, though. Which movie? What's good, brother? Hello, Logan Frazier. Logan Frazier, don't you know my cousins? Unless you're a different Logan Frazier, but I think that's who you are. Echoes, we were talking about. Yes, sir. Okay, Logan Frazier, shout out to you, man. Thanks for hopping in. The Lego dude. Echoes, we were talking about the gas masks in our profiles. Gotcha. Sorry, guys, I keep leaning in like I'm blind or something, but apparently I should be wearing glasses. I know, shocker, but where the phone is right now, I can't quite make out the comments from all the way back here. But maybe I need to get glasses someday. Those comments are alarmingly blurry. If you were paid $100, would you give up reenacting for a year? No. Reenacting is my job now, so $100 wouldn't exactly cover the bills for a year. If somebody were to pay me like 10 grand, still probably not. Nope. A month? No. Nope. Let's see. Why did the chicken cross the road? It was to answer the meaning of life and other philosophical questions. Okay. Why did I laugh at that? I don't know. A week? $100 to give up reenacting for a week. If it was a week where I didn't have any reenactments coming up, then yeah, sure. Sam's Armory says, I like your videos, very cool. Thank you very much, Sam, I appreciate that. Mr. World War II, you're an amazing man, good. Thank you, brother, I appreciate that. Logan Phillips says, yeah, When Trumpets Fade did not have the best budget. Yeah, I'd have to watch that movie again to really remember everything in it. It's been like maybe 3 years since I've seen that movie, and I only watched it one time. All right, let's see here. Where am I going to put everything? Let's put my bayonet. Do I want it on my left side or my right side? I can never tell which side I prefer. Canteen will go on my right. Put this back here. All right, let me do that. I'll put this here. Canteen. Do you know where to get original World War II gear that isn't eBay? Yes. You can get stuff. Why am I trying to just attach a canteen to my belt? That doesn't make sense. Showing up at World War II events, there's usually going to be vendors and people selling World War II stuff. So that's a good place to buy stuff in person. Antique stores, just constantly browse your local antique stores, and I guarantee you'll find something World War II. At antique stores, I've found a lot of stuff at antique stores and yard sales, all kinds of stuff. But if you're looking for somewhere online to buy original stuff that isn't eBay, I've said it a few times tonight or on this stream, but Facebook groups. I'm in, I think, 4 different Facebook groups. They're basically just groups where there's a lot of people in there, and you can buy, sell, trade, anything World War II related. That's where I get a lot of my stuff. You can find great details. If you're looking on websites and different items are out of stock, just go and make a post on one of these Facebook groups and somebody will have exactly what you're looking for. D-Day Assassins is wildly bad. I know exactly what you're talking about. So I'm sure a lot of you guys watch Frontline World War II here on YouTube. He recently came over to my house and we filmed a video reacting to D-Day Assassins. We filmed that before D-Day Ohio, and I haven't put it out on the channel yet. I've just been busy with other stuff, but I did watch it with him. We made a video about it, and that will come out on my channel at some point, hopefully soon. But we had a lot of fun time. It was fun laughing together, but man, that movie is some kind of awful. It's bad. It's really, really bad. when people make movies like that, I can't help but wonder who thought it was a good idea. I mean, that movie was just trash. Everything about it was bad. What World War II battle is most interesting to you? Man, I mean, there's so many. And they're all interesting. The battle for the Lafayette Bridge is a battle that's pretty interesting to me and one that I've been researching recently. Let's see. Dick Dynamite is the worst. I don't know what that is. I have that exact plane poster in my room. Hey, let's go. Virtual high five for having the same poster. My wife got me that. Is it crooked? I think it's crooked. It's not. It's fine. Again, guys, for anybody just joining, I am very sorry for the Nightbot, the bot in the chat. If it is deleting your comments and putting you in timeouts and stuff, it's not supposed to be doing that. I don't know how to fix it. My tech guy is not here. So I apologize for that thing. Just try to ignore it. Don't let it bother you, but I know it's annoying, so I'm sorry. Let's see. It was super sad when you got blown up in the movie that you were in. Oh, in one of Frontline World War II movie, one of his movies. Was it the last one we did, the one in the Pacific? Because I definitely got blown up in that one. You've never watched D-Day Assassins. I don't recommend watching D-Day Assassins. You're not missing out on anything. Okay, is this where I want everything? Every time I go to put together a cartridge belt or a pistol belt, I just really overthink the placement of all of my gear. I don't know why, I do it every time. Ocean Liner History says, yo, love your channel, man. Keep what you do, or what you do is awesome and important for keeping the legacy alive. Love from the Netherlands. Hey, shout out to you, man. All the way from the Netherlands. That's awesome. I would love to get there someday. But thank you for the nice comment. I appreciate that very, very much. Why doesn't your wife post videos anymore? She just kind of got tired of doing it. She does them every once in a while. But I keep telling her she needs to make more videos. She just, she's very busy with life right now. Are you planning for a US Ranger impression? I've never really considered doing a Ranger impression, but maybe I'll do that someday. If you could own one gun for free, original from World War II, what would you pick? I would pick an MG42. Nice, man. So if I could pick an original weapon from World War II for free, are we talking any gun at all? Because I would probably pick a BAR. I know that's not the most expensive one or the biggest one, but I just love BARs. I would love to own one. So if somebody was going to give me one for free, 100%, I would pick a BAR. I'm currently into war reenactment myself. I have to ask, where did you get the Garand from? So, let me tell you the story about how I got my M1 Garand. First of all, I think I like the placement of all of this stuff. So I was at a local gun show, a really big one, and I was walking around. I wasn't really planning on buying anything, but I saw one M1 Garand in the entire pavilion show, whatever you call it. In the show, I could only find one M1 Garand. And all right, I'm gonna move that back, and I saw another dude eyeballing it. He was looking at it. I could tell he was thinking about buying it. When I saw it, I knew it was the one for me. I knew I had to get it. So as soon as he walked off, I went ahead and told the guy behind the counter that I wanted to buy it. And I bought it. And then on my way out of there, I was carrying the M1, and the guy who was looking at it earlier, he was on his way back with cash. And he was like, "Did you just buy that from that table in there?" And I was like, "Yep, sure did." And he was pretty disappointed. I'm pretty sure he was about to go buy it himself. So I felt kind of bad about that. But honestly, I love my M1. I'm glad I got it. And no regrets. That was years ago, and I'm glad I have it. Hey, Echoes. Great seeing you in London. Oh, that's Blanks. Hey, Blanks. It's good to see you in here. Yeah, it was great finally meeting you. I know you were looking for me last year, but you ended up running right past me in that battle, which was funny. But yeah, I'm glad we could say hi this past weekend. That was awesome. I'm glad we both didn't get hit by a car there at the crosswalk. Let's see. Hey, no offense, but I know you're a Christian, but then why do you cuss in the World War II films? Well, I have my own convictions about cussing, and there are some certain words that I've definitely had a habit of saying in the past, which are, a bad habit, just cussing can definitely be a bad habit, and I know I've been guilty of it, and it's something that I've been convicted of recently, and I've been working on it. Along with my wife, we've both been just convicted about keeping the words coming out of our mouths cleaner, right? And so, yeah, I've said a few words in some of the World War II films, but there are definitely words that I would never say. SHIT is one that I've said, I guess, once or twice. To me, that's not a massive deal. I know that different people have different convictions on that, but I appreciate you asking the question. I do definitely believe that as Christians, we need to be kind of, I guess, just trying to clean up our habits better, if that makes sense. Trying to be more Christ-like. I don't think, Christ would have been going around cussing while he was here on earth, so we probably shouldn't either. But I know everybody has their own convictions on that. But again, thank you for the comment. I appreciate that. What other milsurp do you have besides your M1? I've got a few. I've got a, let's see. Man, what's going on with this? I have a number 1 Mark III Lee Enfield, dated 1916, so that thing was most likely used during World War I, and I love that thing. I also have a 1943 dated Mosin Nagant. Man, this pouch is stuck solid. And then I've got this little Ivor Johnson pistol, but it's not necessarily milsurp, it's just an old gun. Have you ever listened to the 82nd Airborne All the Way chorus? I think I know what you're talking about. That's pretty impressive. Can you do a tornado siren impression? I think I know the meme you're referring to. I don't think I'm going to do that right now. It would be very annoying. You have a Lee Enfield and you didn't know? I'm confused. I didn't know that I had a Lee Enfield? What do you mean? I have the same revolver that belonged to my grandpa. All right, I see the Nightbot is deleting comments again. Guys, I'm really sorry. It also timed out Hair Tater. Oh my gosh. Good grief. I'm sorry, guys. I promise at some point I'm gonna get this stupid bot fixed. Hair Tater, you're on my naughty list. What? I'm really sorry, bro. That's so weird. I really apologize. Well, this pouch is just quite stuck. Oh well, moving on. Let's start loading this thing up with some blanks. Dirty Clanker didn't even do their jobs right. You got that right. Honestly, we have a lot of old weaponry at the base. A lot from World War II. That's the Dutch Navy for you. Hey, that's awesome. Maybe they'll sell some of that stuff to people like us. You got a phone. Yo got a photo with you at Tennessee. My mom sent you a photo on your Gmail. Oh yeah. I meant to respond to that email. I saw that. I was happy that you sent me that photo. I love seeing the photos that I take with you guys. Yeah, shout out to you and your mom. It was awesome meeting you guys there at the event last weekend. And tell her that I said thanks for sending that email and that I will be responding here soon. I read it, I got busy and I forgot, so I'm sorry about that, but I did see that email. It was great meeting you, man. I really love meeting you guys there. Do you have a German uniform? Hey, I got it. I don't. Not yet. Maybe one day, though. I didn't know you had a Lee Enfield rifle. Yeah. Yep, I've got one. My wife has one, too. Just let one rip full send, you know? I think you're trolling, Mr. Frosty Flake. Trying to get me to do something weird here on the stream, but I'm not falling for it. Mr. Frosty Flake, you. Rio says, I know Nightbot is a soulless machine, but I still have the urge to insult it. Hey, go right ahead. The thing is to learn his lesson because he's harassing people. So, if you want to throw a nice innocent insult its way, then be my guest. What is the funniest thing that has ever happened to you in your reenacting career? It doesn't have to be during a reenactment. Can just be at a camp or something. Oh man, dude, when I tell you what, there's been so many funny things that have happened. You know what? There we go. What was the funniest thing though? That's a very good question. I probably have to think about that for a while. But I'm sure a lot of you guys saw the Get Out of My Airspace video that I put out on my channel. That YouTube short from my buddy Adrian. Adrian, if you're watching this, guys, Adrian is hilarious. He's a guy in our 82nd unit, and every time we're at an event together, he's a walking comedian. If he looks at you right, you're gonna burst out laughing. So a lot of my funniest moments that I've had at reenactments definitely involved my buddy Adrian. Again, he was the guy yelling at that flying object in the sky at D-Day, Ohio. I don't know if you guys saw that video or not, but hold on, I don't want to use these. Oh, let's take this. Yeah, he definitely is the guy who keeps me laughing at events. Very funny guy. I don't think I want these ones either. Well, that's fine. All right, how's Nightbot doing? Is he leaving people alone right now? Do you own a Jeep? I do not own a Jeep. My buddy does. I know a couple people who own Jeeps, and I would really like to be one of those people, but I don't own one yet. Maybe one day soon, though. You saw yourself in a thumbnail. It's Noah. See you at Lauer. Hey, Noah. We were just talking about you. People were asking who you were in that photo, and I told them that it was my good buddy Noah. So it's good to see you in here, man. I'll see you at Lauer. I'm excited to know that you're going. Shout out Noah, guys. Biscuit. That's him. Man, let's see. Frosty Flake says, no, haha, while I'm here, I'll say, I like this kind of stream, looks fun, what are you doing? You got me on my toes, buddy. So, right now I'm getting ready for a World War II reenactment coming up next weekend. It's called Lauer Farms 1944. And I'm just kind of getting all of my gear prepped and blanks loaded and stuff like that. So glad you're here. Thanks for hopping in. Nothing more romantical than Lee Enfields with 2 hearts. Interesting. I do love the Enfields. Have you heard of Operation Dragoon? I have. I'm actually putting together a 509th 82nd. No. Anyway, I'm putting together a 509th impression for an Operation Dragoon event that I'm going to be going to soon. More information on that to come. You helped a lot with your videos. Love from Zishia. Appreciate the comment, man. I'm glad my videos are a help to you. I'm sorry I can't pronounce that word very well. I have an M1 Garand and Denix. Or you have a Denix M1 Garand. Amazing. Yeah, the Denix Garands are pretty good. Thanks for letting me get a photo with you. Of course, man. I appreciated you guys coming up and saying hi. I'm always down to get a photo with you guys. You also know somebody with a Jeep? That's awesome. I bet if I show a D-Day Assassin's copy to a World War II vet, he'll pop out his good Garand 45, blast it. Yep. I'm sure a World War II vet would not appreciate that movie if they saw it. Your favorite rifles are Lee Enfields. Lee Enfields are some awesome guns. If you had a... How much money would it take? You replied. Yep. Airborne Production says you replied. I'm trying to reply to all of you guys. I appreciate all the comments. I just can't keep up very well. Yap 555 says, do you know where I can get myself some boots? Because I use my church boots. There goes the Nightbot again. Mr. Tanker was timed out. Sorry, guys. Hey, at least the Nightbot is kind of keeping things exciting in here, right? You never know who he's going to time out next. So, Yap, to answer your question, look on SM Wholesale. That's a website. Look on there and see if they have any of the boots that you're looking for in stock. Also, look on atthefront.com and see if they have any boots in stock. And if they don't, then either you or you can have your parents help you look for some Facebook groups that are specifically for buying and selling World War II items, and just put a post on there asking if anybody has the boots that you're looking for in your size. So if you want some, double buckles in size 9, then just make a post saying, hey, I'm looking for some size 9 double buckles. Does anybody have any? And I guarantee you somebody will at some point see that post, and you might get lucky. They might have what you need. So check out SM Wholesale and atthefront.com. And if they don't have what you need, then try Facebook. Nightbot is a Kraut. Probably. Or a commie. Yeah, he's not a good dude. You got all your stuff from out the front, but the boots are $600. Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna boom my money at the reenactment. So yeah, I'll do that. Thanks, man. All right, awesome, buddy. Yeah, I know. Boots are expensive. That's just the way it is. But I hope you can find a good pair for a good price. Because $600 for a pair of boots that you only wear every once in a while, don't do it. Don't do it. Just keep looking around. Find a better price. And that sounds like that's what you're doing, so good for you. That's the right thing to do for sure. Stairs and Kraut, we aren't that mean. It's true. You guys aren't bad. I have a lot of friends who reenact German, and I love all of them. You're some good dudes. How do I start reenacting? Well, that's a very good question. Start out by asking yourself what time of war you want to portray, what division you want to portray. Do you want to be Axis? Do you want to be Allied? You know, American or German? And then once you've kind of established what it is you want to reenact as, say you want to do 82nd Airborne, US Army, right? Then start collecting 82nd Airborne stuff. Next, just start showing up to World War II reenactments and start getting connected with the reenactors. If you want to be doing World War II reenactment battles and you want to actually be part of the battle, you do need to be usually either 16 with a parent or a guardian or 18 years old in order to actually use a gun in the battles. So your age could kind of determine where you're at with all of that, but yeah, if you're at a reenactment, definitely just start connecting with different reenactors, and they will help you find a unit to join, and just kind of point you in the right direction. It's $55 good for a BAR magazine belt. Repro. Yeah, $55 would be a good deal for a repro magazine belt. Message restricted or retracted. Okay, maybe you deleted that message yourself, but if the Nightbot is being bad again, then I'm sorry. You're 14 going on 15. I gotcha. Yeah, so you're not too far away from being able to participate in battles, but you're never too young to start collecting. So yeah, just keep collecting and start making some connections with reenactors, and hopefully you'll get hooked up with a good group. Hi to all the people saying hi, welcome in. We're getting ready for a reenactment next weekend. I'm going to Lauer Farms 1944 up in Lima, Ohio. How many of you guys are going to be going, if any of you? Because I'd love to meet you guys there. So if anybody is going, let me know. What sort of food do you plan to eat at long reenactments? Airborne Production says bye. Bye, buddy. Thanks for hopping in. I appreciated your comments. Have a good one. So what sort of food do you plan to eat at reenactments? McDonald's. No, McDonald's makes me sick, guys. I don't like eating at McDonald's, but basically just wherever I can find food. I'm not really the guy who packs, K rations and everything. I'm not that hardcore of a reenactor. Basically whoever's got the best food for the best price in the area of the reenactment, that's where I get my food. Your dad says, oh. Yeah, Dean's Domain says, my dad says, oh. Did he mean your dad says hi? Because if your dad said hi, then hello, Dean's dad. Brandon and Marine Cleveland said, not gonna lie, I forgot I was subscribed to you. Well, hey, I'm glad you're here. Samuel says, where is it at? If you're talking about the World War II reenactment that I'm getting ready for, that is in Lima, Ohio. And that will be next weekend, or this coming weekend. Wait. Wrong. Today's Friday, isn't it? Okay, so that's next week. Next week. It's been a long day. Okay, let's see here. At the moment, I only play Airsoft at the moment. I'm 14. And I'm doing a World War I kit, and I use a US Vietnam War kit. I recently bought a used BAR off of a guy for $100. Can't wait to start a World War II kit soon. Hey, that's a good price for an Airsoft BAR. That's pretty cool. Where's the reenactment at? I don't know if you heard me, but yeah, it's in Lima, Ohio. You are awesome, dude, but I need to go. Have a good day. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. You have a wonderful day. Samuel says, okay, I will try to go there. Awesome, hope to meet you there. You and Lieutenant Grant have been talking about CC2 on Instagram. Ooh, good deal, man. Yeah, definitely CC2, your airborne uniform. That makes all the difference. You saw a front seam helmet for $50. That's a very good price. Even if it was just the pot, so like without the liner, that's still a very good price for a front seam helmet. I would jump on that for sure. Have you ever fired from a mortar or a bazooka? I have fired from a few different bazookas in reenactment, so not actually fired rounds, but simulated rounds, yes. The Nightbot is deleting messages and putting people in timeout. The boy of the bath got timed out. I'm sorry, buddy. That's not supposed to be happening. Why are you repeating the name of a flower? Is there a flower called a lima? Is that what you're saying? Lucky you, I paid $400 for mine. Yeah, $400 for a front seam helmet is a lot of money. Liner is included? Oh my goodness. Yeah, jump on that. That's a very good price. I wish I had seen that because I would have bought that myself. Got a front seam fixed bail M1 helmet for $9. What? That is insane. That's a crazy price. You basically got that for free. You could turn that around and sell it for like $200. If not more, honestly. United States of America says, yo, I'm going to Lauer this year and I can't wait to see you. My favorite reenactors are there. I'm so excited. That is awesome to hear. I'm glad you're going to be able to make it. Hopefully we'll run into each other. That'll be really cool. The Lego dude says, I don't believe you. Yeah, if you're talking about the guy who got a helmet for $9, that's crazy. Mr. Older 2 says, see you, man. Gotta go. Bye. All right, see you later, buddy. Thanks for jumping in here. I appreciated your comments. You have a good one. All right, guys, so let's see. Back to what we were doing. This should all be ready to go. No, hold on, I was moving this back one. Let's move this back to here. Wait, oh, that's wrong. Now that this belt is full of ammo, it's not wanting to cooperate. Wait, it's because I did it wrong. Let's do this. There we go. Okay. Still searching for one. Looking for a helmet, I assume. You gotta go to sleep. I have a World War II battle for Stalingrad reenactment. Hey, that sounds fun. Peace out, brother. Have a good night. Thank you for joining. Do you do German as much? If you're talking to me, no. I was gonna do a German impression at a reenactment this coming weekend, but plans fell through for that, so it'll probably still be a while before I end up doing German. Rio is going to sleep. Good night, Rio. Thanks for hopping in. Hey, Paratrooper. Good to see you in here. Out of curiosity, any reason why you chose 83rd ID? So, I've got some buddies who that's what they do at Lauer Farms, and I wanted to reenact with them, so that's what we're doing. Okay, that should be good. I can tweak this later if I want to. So that's done. The helmet nut is practically done. Got a bunch of blanks loaded. Let's see, what next? Pocket stuffers. So I've got my 40, where'd it go? There it is. It's getting dark in here, guys. The lighting is starting to get poor. We will be wrapping up here in a few minutes, guys. What's the value of a World War I M1917 or M17 helmet or a Kelly helmet worth? I'm not really sure. I'm sure you could get at least 150 out of one. If it's in great condition, then probably around $200. But that's not really my area of expertise, so I can't really give you a expert opinion on that. But definitely over $100. Hair Sanitator says, my friend says hi. Hello. Hello, friend. Your mom said we can plan, so I have a good chance of. Okay, cool, awesome. Well, I hope you and your mom can get out to Lauer Farms. It's a great event. You will not be disappointed. What's the thing on the table? All right, we've got a few things on the table. What are you referring to? Can you guys see this stuff up here? Okay, I've got a bunch of stuff up here, kind of out of view of the camera. It's all a bunch of pocket stuffers. I'm about to put this stuff in my pockets. Where's Lauer? So Lauer Farms is in Lima, Ohio. US Airborne says, hello, my friend. Hello, buddy. Good to see you. The gray thing. I'm not sure which gray thing you're talking about. You're talking about this? My Zippo lighter? Or this little tub of earplugs? Max says, hello, comrade. Hello, sir. It's good to see you in here. Thanks for hopping in. Hope you're doing all right. Really small in front of the book. I've got a bag of blanks in front of the book. I've got my paratrooper knife in front of the book and my Zippo lighter. World War II history and reenactment says, dude, you're my inspiration. You know, when you guys say stuff like that, that really makes my day. That's one of the biggest reasons I do this is to inspire people to get into the hobby and to, you know, really just appreciate history. And so I'm glad that I could play a part in your life and kind of sparking that inspiration. So thank you for letting me know. I really appreciate that. Red thing might be a book. I don't know. Oh, this. Are you talking about this? Yeah, this is it's a tobacco tin. I've got my Prince Albert tobacco in here. And this is a pretty old tin. I don't think it's from the 40s, but it's pretty old. Yeah, you're the whole reason I wanted to start 82nd reenacting. That is awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm glad I could play that kind of role in your life. That's awesome. Have you ever been to the Reading Air Show? I've not. That is one that I've been meaning to go to for years. And every year it just, something comes up and I can't make it. But that one is on my list. Hopefully I can make it out there sometime. All right, guys. So we've got my jacket here. Let's start putting stuff in it. So I've got this Zippo lighter, right? But the flint or something is broken, so it doesn't work anymore. I need to get that replaced. So I'm bringing this with me just as part of the impression, but I'm bringing a little modern lighter as well, just to have. So we'll put that in here. Sergeant Levi says, you, World War Wisdom and History Secrets, and CSR Productions are my favorite YouTubers, and y'all are genuinely the reason I reenact and collect. Those are all a bunch of great YouTubers. I'm glad those are the kinds of people you watch. I do include myself in that. That's awesome. I appreciate the kind words. I've been going 3 years. It's the best reenactment, 100% recommend it. If you're talking about Lauer Farms, yeah, it's good. I've only been there one time, but I'm excited to be able to go again. A Slim Jim wrapper. What else do we have in here? Another kind of wrapper. Oh my goodness. This right here. I think I know what this is. So at Lauer Farms last year, me and World War Wisdom were sitting and eating some lunch, and he opened up a K ration that he had. And he had some little like salted caramels. And he gave me one. I'm pretty sure that's what this was from. I didn't want to throw the trash on the ground, so I put it in this jacket. And I haven't really worn it since then. So I'm pretty sure that's what this is. But we will go ahead and throw that away. You can get that repaired for free at the Zippo manufacturer in Pennsylvania. Hey, that's cool. Trying to keep up with all your comments, guys. You're the best person I've watched. That means a lot to me. I'm really glad that I can make good videos for you guys to enjoy. Alrighty, let's wrap this up. I'm gonna put a few more things in here, guys, and then we'll go ahead and end the stream in just a few minutes. So if you guys have any last minute questions or anything, go ahead and leave them and I will try to answer. James Slows, hey Will. Hey James, it's good to see you in here, man. Sorry, I just got here. Hey, that's fine. No worries. Just been getting ready for reenactment next weekend. I'm gonna put this in here as a pocket stuffer. Chat just died. Yeah, it did kind of die. I think a lot of people are logging off, but that's fine. It's getting late. It's some people's dinner time. The Lego dude behind the book. You're still trying to figure out what's on the table here. I showed you everything that was there. I'm not sure what else it is you're seeing. What's your favorite of your World War II impressions? 505th 82nd Airborne is my favorite for sure. Where's the best place to get a 43 jacket uniform for cheap? Probably eBay. eBay, Facebook groups. At the Front does have them, but they're not the best in my opinion. They're okay though. Under the Collar. Oh, okay. You're probably talking about this. Did we finally figure it out? The Lego dude? I'm really sorry. Yes. I'm sorry I left you hanging for so long. I didn't see this there. This is just a little piece of styrofoam. I'm not sure what it's doing on the table. It's just a piece of trash, really. But that's really funny that it took that long for me to figure out what you were talking about. I'm sorry. I'm just blind, I guess. I'm glad we could solve that mystery, though. Okay. United States of America says, I live in East Tennessee. Do you know any good U.S. reenacting groups? I'm thinking to do 29th Infantry Division or 1st ID from North Carolina. Yeah, I mean, there's a 29th Infantry Division unit that is based out of Kentucky and Tennessee that I'm part of. They're a pretty good unit. 1st ID groups, there's a few that I know of, but I wouldn't really know how to put you in touch with them. I'm selling an original M43 jacket with some gear included. Does $130 sound reasonable? What kind of gear? What kind of gear are you talking about? Or $120? Okay. It just kind of depends on what you're selling with it. Because an original 43 jacket, if it's in good condition, $120, it's a decent price. All that for a piece of trash, I know. Just a little piece of garbage, and it was causing a lot of trouble. Bro, how did you post while you were streaming? Oh, it's 5 o'clock. Yeah, so I I filmed that video yesterday and edited it and had it scheduled to post at 5 o'clock today. So we're about to end this stream, guys, and then you can head right over and watch that video. I filmed a reaction video reacting to some interesting videos, to say the least. You guys are going to have to check it out for yourself. If you guys go and watch that video and you enjoy it, let me know in the comments if you want me to do more reaction videos, because it's something I'm considering getting into. So if you guys like it, then just let me know and I'll do more in the future. If you don't like it, let me know and I won't do any more. So I appreciate y'all's feedback. Just let me know if you want me to do more reaction videos in the future. But yeah, that just posted. Go head over there and check it out as soon as we end this stream. The 82nd Paratrooper says, did you know that the medium-sized regular pouch sold for $2,000 on eBay recently? $2,000 for a pouch? That's crazy. I wonder what the story is behind that. Will you ever go to Eisenhower and American Experience in Gettysburg? If I'm ever out that way, then probably. I've heard good things about that event. Put this in here, put my pipe in here. We got my pocket Bible, we'll put this in here as well. Let's see, smoke grenade and a hand grenade, we'll put these in here. All right, guys, we're gonna be ending here in just a few minutes. Any more questions from anybody? Did you watch any cool movies lately? Not recently, no, not really. I haven't really watched a lot of movies recently. Squad Leader's Notebook and A Mirror, both from Stand in the Door 1944. Great products from him. Sewing kit from At the Front, we'll put this in here. Some friction tape, also from Stand in the Door 1944. Really nice to have on you just for different things you need, like taping your grenades to your gear and stuff like that. Let's see, we've got my little 1940s razor. It's a civilian one, but I love this thing. It breaks down really small. This little pouch has like all the blades and everything in it. This thing is really cool. I take this with me to reenactments, and then I've got my soap with my mug, a little brush for shaving. I like taking this with me to reenactments, but I'm probably gonna put this in my foot locker. I'm not carrying this around in my jacket. Doesn't make a lot of sense and it would break. But this I'm gonna just wrap up in here and put it in my jacket. All right, last minute questions. The Lego dude says, Daniel, it's me Saturday. Will you ever do Waffen SS kit? Probably not. Probably not. I'm not sure. I would like to do some German stuff someday, but not for a while. What were the smoke grenades used for? Just for covering in advance? Yeah, covering advances, retreats, signaling, all kinds of stuff. Different colored smokes were used for sending up different types of signals too. Bug out, the world is ending. Wait, bug out bag, the world is ending. Go. Bug out bags are good to have. Repro pistol belt, suspenders, original first aid pouch, and double 1990. Yeah, $120 for all of that sounds like a pretty good price. All right, guys, I'll take just a few more questions, then we're gonna go ahead and end the stream. I'm pretty much done with all the projects that I had, so I got my jacket pretty much ready to go. A good hack for stuffing your first aid pouch on your belt and for carrying earplugs is just take an Altoid tin and put your earplugs in that. I like carrying a bunch of pairs on me so I can hand them out to people if they didn't bring any of their own. This one is old though. I need to get a different Altoid tin. This thing is falling apart. All right, guys. Dog tags. I'll set these aside. All right, let's see. Last minute questions. What do we got? Who do you think would win if on D-Day Germans attacked and Americans were on the hills? That is a very good question. I don't know. I really don't know. I think if the Americans were the ones defending, we still would have lost just from the sheer power coming in from the ocean. I mean, I think eventually we would have been overrun just like the Germans were. I don't know, maybe our defenses would have been better, but I don't know. If the Germans had an effective airborne attack during the invasion, then we would have been destroyed as well. Now, if the Germans did not use airborne, and if we were just dealing with the seaborne invasion, then we probably would have been okay. But the success of D-Day, a huge part went to the airborne, keeping reinforcements from getting down to the beach and just preparing the way for the seaborne guys. So I don't know. That's an interesting concept to think about. What if we were the ones defending? Mr. Wolder 2 says, "Hi man, I am back." Hello, Mr. Wolder 2. We're about to say goodbye. We're about to log off here. Did the 505th use backpack radios? BC-1000s? Yeah, they had them. Yep. All right, guys, if that pretty much does it for the questions and everything, I appreciate all of you guys hopping in here and hanging out. We'll have to do more of these in the future. Yeah, thanks for all the donations, guys. I really appreciate that very much. Again, I'm on the clock when I'm doing this. I'm working, so you guys donating and stuff is not like, you don't have to do it, but man, I really do appreciate it when you guys just, donate in little bits. It means a lot to me. So thanks, guys, for joining, and I will see you guys soon. Go ahead and head over to my YouTube channel and watch that video that I just posted. I think it's a pretty good one. Again, if you want to see more like those in the future, just let me know. But I'll see a lot of you guys over at Lima, Ohio at the Lauer Farms event next weekend. And I'll catch you guys later. See you guys.